YouTube, what it is, it's your boy Q DZ, the double easy, on another episode of All About Semis, coming back at you from the truck. I'm gonna jump right into this. This video is basically gonna cover a little bit I was just talking about on my update, and pay and Landstar, and to touch on something else that one of the commenters said on the video, and the onboarding process and whatnot. And I can really give you guys some serious insight on that. But I did tell you guys I was gonna get back with you on that second pay, and we was at 2,600 and some change. Yeah, about 2,600 and some change, and it was roughly about 1,800 miles again. So it wasn't really many miles. I was really happy with what I did. So I told you guys I'd get back to you and let you know what that was if you have been following, watching the last video. Now, without further ado, jumping right into that, or into this. So, onboarding. The onboarding process can be very, 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 very frustrating and strenuous. One of the commenters made a comment, and he said, Landstar is an arrogant company that makes it like it's a privilege to get 65% and drive for them. I'm not really gonna dive into that comment, but you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion. But you know, he went on to say that he was dealing with a particular person name, is for obvious reasons, you know, legalities. I ain't gonna say it, but you know, it's in the comments if you want to read the other video and see who he was talking about. And ironically, I had that same person as my processor. I could never get responses back. I could never, it was like when I did respond, the person would drag their feet about getting back to me, or I would get late 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning responses. And you gotta understand, I understand people are working from home, but I just feel like we live in a time and age where we should not have to be fighting to communicate. I mean, there's text, there's emails, there's just too many ways for you not to respond. So I can understand the frustration when, depending on the processor you get, plays a lot into how fast you're going to get on, especially because we're dealing with COVID and people are working from home. And when people work from home, they tend to kind of drag their feet too, because there's nobody monitoring. So in my situation, I had to get corporate involved. You know, a squeaky wheel, man. You got to be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, you know. And I kept calling, and then I had to call supervisors. And I'm gonna tell you, everybody I talked to was very nice, very polite, and which is a lot of that over here at Landstar. It really is. Everybody is willing to help, and a lot of times people are not aware of what's going on because they trust each other to do their jobs. And it's just like you as a driver. If you go out there and drive, people are trusting you to do what you're supposed to do. They ain't expecting you to be on the side of the road or at the truck stop sleeping for 4 hours when you know you got a tight time frame to have that load somewhere. Landstar is kind of the same way across the board. They do not hold your hand here, and they do not hold your hand in corporate. They're not going to tell you to do your job. So with that being said, I got in touch with some people, and I kept making those calls because they called me. And if you watch my other video, you'll see what I was talking about. They called me and was like, hey, are you still interested in driving with us? And then you drag your feet after I put everything off on hold. And I understand, you know, guys waiting to get trucks or went and got trucks, and you know, you got to push that envelope. I was out of work since March when I left the last company I was with, and had bought a truck in March while I was out of work, you know, and came to Landstar. So my brand new truck I bought was sitting, and I wasn't working, and they were dragging their feet. I was stressed out, believe me. So I understand, like, it seemed like it was forever. And that boarding process took at least a month and a week, almost a month and 2 weeks, you know, to get everything processed. And I did everything they told me to do. I was on it. You have to be on it. Um, but yeah, you know, everybody is to each to their own. I've been out there. I work for a lot of companies, and it kind of makes me cringe when I hear people say, "Oh, they're taking 65% in this, that, and the third, and that's 35%." And I'm not gonna get too deep into that video or this video in that because there's another videos, plenty of them out there on that. But I will say this: I have worked for quite a few companies that paid 77%, 78%. And I'm going to tell you what, you got to ask yourself, what am I getting 77% of? One of my buddies right now, he's still working at the company I left. He's getting 78% of whatever. He's barely bringing 1,800 to 2,000 home. Sometimes 1,500, sometimes 1,200, 1,300. When I was working there, it was the same way. I was getting 1,800, 1,900, but you got to figure, you're paying most places now, most carriers, you're paying trailer rental, you're paying maintenance for the truck, okay, the fuel, you're paying insurance for the trailer insurance, which is kind of crazy because I would think if you're leasing a trailer, that should be covered in that, but these companies charge you for that. So trailer insurance, the trailer leasing, okay, then your bobtail insurance, then occupational insurance, then your escrow, which is these things, a lot of things you got to pay anyway, and amongst the whole other things. And again, for another video, I'm trying to make this as real quick and brief as I can, but you say 35%, right, that Landstar is getting. Now you could bring your own trailer in, you get the 72%, I believe it is, and which is what, 3% difference when you title everything up. And you gotta look at it like this. For me, I don't have to worry about trailer rental, I don't have to worry about trailer maintenance, none of that. I don't want to. And I'm averaging 2,000 plus so far, 2,000 plus a week. I'm good with that, and that's not even running hard. If I put a little extra oomph in it, I can kill them. You know what I'm saying? And you talking about well over 10,000 or so a month. I thought I was going to get, I was looking to get my own authority, and I had the money to do it and everything. But after I started driving for Landstar, I don't even want it. I'd rather happily give them 35%. They take care of my IFTA, they're taking care of, all my permits, they're taking care of, my fuel tax, they're taking care, if I need something for the truck. Today I called for some tires. I was going to pay for my tires out of pocket, but then, use our discount and you'll get a better price on it. That 35%, and then not to mention the fuel discount. Landstar gets great fuel. I'm paying $1.49 for fuel. That's our biggest expense as drivers, owner operators. And again, I'm saving so much in fuel that some of my buddies are not even saving. That alone is saving me money. I'm saving over $1,000+ a month just not having a trailer fee. And it's about what works for you. And that 35%, you got to get out of your head that it's yours. Because let's say Landstar say, okay, they give you the 35%. Now if you can get insurance for the 35% that you're saving, God bless you. God bless you, because the insurance alone, the 35% is still not going to be able to cover that. Not with the way these rates are, okay? Then, the permits. Then, the drug and alcohol and the drug administrative that you got to have for yourself if you go your own authority route, amongst a host of other fees that you're going to have. So for that 35%, and you got to think, when we sign contracts over here, that 35% is not ours. It's theirs. So you got to stop thinking about, oh, they're taking my 35%. No, because if they wasn't getting it, I'd be giving it to somebody, and a lot, probably more of a higher percentage. I'm making enough that I can sustain and more, than enough. I'll tell you guys another short story. This was going to be for another video, but today I had to cancel. I had about 6 loads booked all the way up to the 17th, which would have put me at, just in 2 weeks, it would have put me at $11,000 in load revenue for about a week and a half, right? I booked all these loads. I had to turn around and cancel the load because my first load canceled, which was a nightmare, and I couldn't find a replacement to back it all up because of the holiday and it being the fourth weekend. Nobody's really, posting much, and the stuff that's out there is out there until Monday. So I'm like scrambling around tonight and tomorrow trying to, get a load for the truck. A whole nother video, and you'll hear about it. But that just happened today. But all that to say this, I had 10,000 in 2 weeks. So when I finished out the month, man, I'd have been great, I'd have been great. And I'm still going to think I'm going to recover. I got a load impending right now, but I can't find out until the morning. It's like 12, 11 o'clock right now. So I won't be able to find out if I can lock this one load in tomorrow. I think it was going from Savannah up into Indiana, and it was like a 4-stop load. It was like 4,400. If I can grab that and another load, I can bring it back up to about 8 grand. I'm happy. But neither here nor there. Another video. I've not worked nowhere yet, and since I've been driving and making higher percentages, and not my take home has been 3,000, 26, 27, 2,400 after everything, So you got to figure out the economics and understand economics and actually how to run your truck. If you can't understand that, then you need to question if being an owner operator really for you, because if you can't understand what's worth the cost and what's not worth the cost and what's worth the loss and what's not worth the loss, you might be better off being a company driver. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but you have to know everything that you need to know across the board in operating, especially if you're coming over here to Landstar, because you're running a business, and think about it. Even with big businesses, the percentages, there's a lot of percentage that just go out the window in expenses. You're giving expenses away. I don't care how you cut it. You're giving that percent away. So if I can give that little bit of percent away to let it be somebody else's headache, and all I got to worry about is driving and paying some fuel road tax every now and again, I'm good. And I have the blanket if I need something, which they've showed me they have my back on. And just having that umbrella to me is worth it in itself. Not paying $2,000, $1,500, $1,300, $1,400 and loads. And then you got to mind you, if you're running on your own, or if you're running under somebody else, doesn't matter. But if you're running on your own authority, now you got to pay a factoring company, if you guys even know what that is. You got to hustle and trying to beat your customers down to get paid early, or get a factoring company. They're going to take a percent out depending on how many loads you've got. And again, another video, but I don't want to deal with that. Not when I can make 3-4 grand, in a week and a half. I can, because I know how to run my truck. So, and that's with COVID. So when things get better, I'm doing 24, 26 right now, take home. When these rates come up, and they will, that 65% is going to look a lot like 85%, I'm sure, running the way that I run. So you can make it over here. You can. You just got to really know your stuff, keep on top of your equipment, because Landstar is big on it, keeping your equipment up and keeping your safety scores up, and they're big on that. And really, everybody should be. You should want to be safe. You should want to keep your equipment up. You shouldn't have an issue with that, and that's just that. I mean, that's just a no-brainer, man. So with that being said, we got 15 minutes into this video. I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of touch a little bit more on on Landstar, how it is over here, and the process. It is a long process, but you gotta stick it out, especially with this COVID thing going on. Believe me, I went through it. I was going crazy. I had almost took like two. I ain't gonna lie. I had applied, took like 3 other jobs. I rode for one company for a month, and I told Landstar, like, look, I'm about to do this. Y'all, when y'all let me know, let me know. I even let the people know that I was driving for. I said, hey, look, I'm waiting on this to come through. If this comes through, I'm gone. Because it got to a point where I needed to get on and get on. But ended up wasting my time doing that because I ran for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then Landstar called me and was like, hey, you ready? So, but again, that's in my other videos. So, you got to really know how to how to maneuver your time, monopolize your time, run your truck, and you can make the money over here. You really can. But get those percentages out your head, man. Unless you gonna go ahead and go to full owner operator and take on all the responsibility. Like I said, I thought about it and I wanted to, but I'm glad I did not, especially with COVID hitting when it did. If I would have did that, I'd have been pulling my hair out. I'd have pulled my hair out, because it's crazy now. So I'm glad that I didn't. But then after running over here for a little bit, I could put another truck on if I want to, put somebody in it, couple trucks if I want to, put guys in it, split it with them, and I can make it work. There's other options. You can even become an agent over here, a broker agent, if that's what you want to do. So to me, it changed my whole mindset about wanting to even get my authority. But that's me. Don't knock me for how I view it. I just know how to make things work for my situation, and you have to know how to make things work for your situation. So with that, again, it's your boy QDZ, Double Easy, all about semis. You guys have a great holiday weekend. Enjoy that 4th, eat some barbecue, whatever you're gonna eat. Don't drink too much, don't eat too much, and enjoy your time. Look for the next videos coming out. Rate, subscribe. I love you guys for watching. I love you all like brothers out there, man. I just love people, and I enjoy sharing information and knowledge with you guys. Peace out. See you later.